FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Rush Hour is just getting started on Beaver County Radio. It's time for Driving in the Fast Lane with Frank Sparks. It's the show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There will be guests, and Noah Haswell will have the news of the top and bottom of each hour. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
Hour number 2 underway here on Driving in the Fast Lane on a Monday morning. And now joining us in studio in the second hour, we're going to talk about Safe Surrender Day that's happening tomorrow. And joining us is Beaver County Sheriff Tony Guy, along with, you brought somebody in tow with you.
I did, Frank, yes. I brought Kate with me.
All right, a Warrants Analyst. All right, make sure you're right up on the mic and talking on it. There you go, perfect. It'll pull down to you.
Okay. Yeah,
so, all right, so what's been going on? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, man. This is the first time I've been on air since you came back. I think the last few times I was here was with Eddie. And so I'm glad to see you back. I think you're a natural for this stuff, and I always appreciate coming in and talking with you.
Thanks. That's fun. Yeah. It's a fun job to have, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, first off, can we talk to Kate first? I want to find out what a warrants 100%. Analyst is.
Yeah,
all right.
man.
So, Kate, tell us, what is a warrants analyst and what brought you to Beaver County Sheriff's Department?
So basically my job, I track all the warrants that are issued to the sheriff's office. Arrest warrants when you miss your preliminary hearing, if you violate your probation, if you're not making payments for your domestic hearings, stuff like that. I track them, I enter them into our system, and then I try to find good addresses for people so our deputies can go out and serve them.
Kate's very humble. She does a whole lot more than that.
I was going to say, it sounds like
she does the legwork from a desk, if you want to put it that way.
Okay.
Like really does a lot of work tracking these people down through open sources, social media, those kind of things, and helps frees our guys up to go out and actually boots on the ground and go find some people.
So what interested you in this type of job?
I was actually up at our DA's office first with the detectives, and the sergeant that was down in the warrants office sought me out, I guess, when the position opened up, and here we are. That was about 2 years ago now.
Oh, that's cool.
Kate's saying in a very nice way that we poached her.
Yeah.
He knew a good thing, and he went after it.
That's
there you
right.
go. So. All right. Well, Tony, what's been going on in the sheriff's office? Anything good? Anything bad? I mean, you guys got a lot going on.
Yeah, things are going very well. Just the day-to-day stuff really takes up a lot of my time. Mm-hmm. And, I ride a desk now, so I really don't do a lot of hands-on work, but I manage the office, manage the staff. One of the upcoming things, and maybe we can get a chance to talk about this too, either today or at another date, but we are moving very soon here. I think the end of October, beginning in November, we're going to go to online applications for concealed carry permits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll be able to apply online, fill out your paperwork, submit the cost, and then we'll get a hold of you when everything's been approved. You come in and get your picture taken, sign the paperwork, and move on. The intention there is to make it more convenient for people, and so they're not waiting around, waiting for their background check to pass and those kind of things. So kind of just being more efficient.
It seems like since you've taken over as sheriff, how long have you been sheriff now?
Almost 10 years.
Get out of here.
Believe it or not.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember when you were running.
We're getting old, Frank. We're getting old, man.
Oh, God. But it seems like you've more brought the sheriff's department up to date compared to, like, technology-wise.
Yeah, that was a goal of mine early on, and we got a whole brand new software program that manages just about everything we do in the office. We're working through some bugs in that, but we'll get it fixed. And but the tech, we got to use technology, man. And it's out there, and if we're not using it, we're falling behind. So maybe sometime we'll get a chance to talk about that too, as well as one of the big bugaboos that we always got with the sheriff's office is people being scammed.
God, it's so bad right now.
I've been trying to get a program together where I can go kind of take a road show out there maybe we can use this sometime as a
Absolutely.
testing grounds for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of that. You know, you always get that phone call from the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association, and
If you're not sure, man, don't send any money, and don't give them your credit card information. People get scammed out of very, very large sums of money.
I'm amazed how many times it's repetitive over and over, because every time I turn around, I see you're sharing a post on the sheriff's page that it's not, don't do this. People are doing it.
Yeah, and as a member of the PA Sheriff's Association, I talk to other sheriffs, and they get hit as bad or worse than we do. And
Wow.
people even using the sheriff's office as the lure. Hey, you've got a fine, you got to pay it. Meet us outside the courthouse and bring some money. And people do it, and it's like right up front. Sheriff's office is not asking anybody to bring money or gift cards to Walmart or anything like that. If you hear that kind of stuff, it's a scam.
And you won't get a warrant if you don't.
Yes, yeah, right. They suck the warrants unit into this too. It's I feel bad for these people, because a lot of time it's older people or elderly people, and their life savings, and they're getting scammed out of this money. I've heard some real horror stories going into the tens and sometimes the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
That's crazy. And they actually use like a sheriff's deputy's name.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's not a real name, but they still, and that really makes it believable at that
Deputy
point.
Jones or Deputy Smith or something, and make it sound real. And these people continue to do it because it's effective.
Yeah.
Right.
They throw 100 lines out into the water, and if they get 2 bites, they're making money.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here today to talk about tomorrow, Safe Surrender Day. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Safe Surrender, we did this a year ago and had minor success with it. And the idea is that there are a lot of people out there. We've got a lot of warrants, and a lot of them are for really minor issues. You missed a court appearance, or you failed to keep up with your payment agreement for your probation, or your traffic stuff, domestic relations, and then you know that there's a warrant issue, and now you're looking over your shoulder, and people are going through their lives worrying about when the next shoe's going to drop and they're going to get picked up. To be honest with you, we'd rather not encounter you out on the street. This makes it easy. It lets people come in, and unless you've got a really serious warrant, typically a violent felony, you're going to go home that day. You're going to go home tomorrow. You're going to come in. You're going to get back on track. And I almost wish this was called Back on Track, because that's the idea behind this. You're going to get back on track. You're going to get a new court appearance. You're going to get a new payment schedule. And then we're going to get rid of the warrant. So you don't have to worry about somebody coming out and picking you up.
Are there a lot of people in Beaver County that have outstanding warrants?
Yes.
Yes.
A lot.
And there are a lot of people, out of county and out of state that either don't know that they have one, or they get, pulled over and they get their background run, and, we're not going to go to California or Maryland or even sometimes Ohio to pick you up on super minor things. So it's a great opportunity, if you live, East Liverpool, right across the state line, to, take a little drive before you get stopped.
That's a great point, because your listenership crosses
Absolutely
the border. So we it's one of the reasons why we're here today, to try to get the word out about this. So it's a win-win situation. It helps these people get back on track, and it helps us to clear up some of these warrants. So,
all right, take us through. If someone does decide, what's the hours tomorrow this is going to be happening?
10 to 6.
And where at?
The Beaver County, the Rochester BCTA building.
Okay, and take us
bus
through
station.
the bus station,
Yep.
the main one there in Rochester.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
take us through the process a little bit. If someone does have a minor warrant and they decide to come see you tomorrow.
So before you, Kate, get started on that, let me say this: if you're not sure, we got some flyers made up,
Right.
and we've got a phone number on there, which I'll give you if you want, and an email address, so that if you're not sure, then go ahead and make that phone call or send that email, and we'll check our records and see what your status is and let you know how you can do this. But once you arrive there, then we're going to screen you, just as if you're coming into the courthouse, because there's going to be judges inside there. There's going to be people that are part of the criminal justice system, as well as, you had Tamara talking about the system of care. We're going to have people over there from behavioral health if you need some help with that kind of stuff. But you come in, we'll screen you, we'll put you in touch with the people that you need to talk to. Might be probation, might be a judge. We'll put you in front of that person. You'll get arraigned on that warrant, then maybe get a payment from you, but put you back on track for your next court appearance. So.
A lot of people, you say that arraignment, and they're like,
Yeah, it sounds scary, right?
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
scary, but it's really not that scary.
No, it's just
It's
seeing
not
the judge.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super easy. I mean, we'll have people there from every department that you might need to talk to. There's going to be a public defender there, so that people can see a judge and then immediately go apply for counsel. And a lot of people, don't do that or forget to do that, or don't even know that resource is available. But yeah, so whatever you need, you'll go in, we'll scan you, we'll search what you need done, and if it's a magistrate warrant, you'll see them. If it's probation, we'll have people from probation there that they can talk to and get them back on track for whatever their warrant is for.
Kate brought up a great point, and that is public defender's office. A lot of people get caught in this thing because they're afraid to show up at a court appearance. They get a summons in the mail, and they're afraid to show up without an attorney, and they don't think about, okay, what do I got to do? There's stuff in their paperwork that they get that advises them that, but
They don't read it.
They don't read it or they ignore it, but we will have public defenders there who are going to be able to talk to these people about their cases and help guide them through this.
What are the majority of the mild warrants for? Are they domestic relations related, or?
Not really.
Okay.
A lot of them are arrest warrants for failure to appear for a preliminary hearing. So
Okay.
the first thing you get, the summons in the mail, you're supposed to go get fingerprinted before that happens. And then, you go in front of a judge, and they usually they decide if the case is going to go farther, if they're going to move it on to the common pleas, or if they can figure it out right then and there. And most of them do get figured out at the preliminary stage. But, when you don't show up for that, whether you get the dates mixed up, or you're not in town, you're sick, or you're scared and you don't have an attorney yet.
Right.
As soon as you don't show up for that, whether it's a DUI or possession of drug paraphernalia, really minor things that,
I'd be amazed, like, if I got a summons like that, and thankfully I never have, but that would be the first thing I did. I'd be scared to hell and back. That'd be the first thing I did was show up in front of the judge.
You would think.
Yes.
You would think. A lot of people don't look at it the same way.
Not me, man.
Somehow they think this is going to magically disappear or something, and it's not.
And it just
not.
snowballs.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of that snowballing?
It snowballs.
Yeah.
It snowballs very quickly.
Yeah.
And then people get more scared because now they have a warrant, and they get that warrant in the mail too. Like people get notified that they have these.
Yeah.
And so, there are some people that immediately call and don't even know that they have it, don't even know that they had a court date. So this day is just so important for people who want to get their cases back on track.
And you said they can call ahead and see if they do have something?
Yeah, and so
Okay.
let me give you that number.
Go ahead.
So if you're out there listening to this, grab a pen, and we'll repeat this later on
Okay.
too. It's 724-378-9063. Really all we're going to need is your name and your date of birth, and we'll be able to look the stuff up and figure out what your status is and what you need to do. But there's also an email address. It's warrants, WARRANTS, at beavercountypa.gov. And again, if you heard that and you didn't get a chance to write it down, go grab your pen while you're listening and watching to this, and we'll repeat it again later. But
Okay. And then I'll post it later in the Facebook feed too.
Perfect.
We'll put the number in there
That's
too.
awesome.
So,
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So last year, how many people took advantage of this last year?
Not many.
Okay.
There was a lot of fear, I think, trying to, we debriefed it afterwards and thought about it, and I think there was a lot of fear that this was going to be something where, you've read about them before, where
It's a trap.
it's a
I
trap,
was just
man.
gonna say,
We're
a trap,
giving
yeah.
away tickets to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Come on down and
Come
get
on
them.
down and get
So
'em.
we slap the cuffs on you and take you away. We've never done that here in Beaver County. I've seen it done other places, but that's not at all what this is.
No.
But of the people that showed up last year, and there was
I think we had about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 showed up, cleared up a handful of cases. The people that showed up when we first started doing it, we saw some posts on Facebook. Don't do it; it's a trap.
Yeah, they think you're just going to put them in jail that day.
They're going to
Be done
slap
with
the
it.
cuffs
Yeah.
on you and drag you away. And by the time we were done, people that had gone through the process with us were also posting on Facebook talking about how easy it was and how they got their case back on track.
Real. Like,
It's real.
Yeah.
my
they're
husband
not.
went in,
Yeah.
20 minutes, walked right back out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the fear that you're going to lose your freedom that day. You're more likely to lose your freedom if we catch you out on the street as opposed to coming to this safe surrender day.
Now they'll be able to, like, if they do need to post bond or something, they'll be able to do that too.
100%.
Okay.
Yep. All the mechanisms will be in place to adjudicate whatever they got going on with their warrant. Yeah.
All right. If you do have any questions for the sheriff or for Kate, you're welcome to call at 724-774-1888 and 843-1888. We're going to take a short break. Noah's coming in to do news here in a couple minutes here on Beaver County Radio.
Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Are you into cars? Then listen up. Push Beaver County is presenting Garage Tours 2.0 on Saturday, October 11th from 7:30 a.m. until the Tour de Beaver 4-person team endurance kart race at 3 p.m. Falcone's Moon Township Ford will present a live broadcast by Beaver County Radio throughout the day. Frank Sparks and Gary Miller will be on the tour, checking in, and Curtis Walsh will be at Pit Race broadcasting live from the Moon Township Ford broadcast booth. You can register for Garage Tours 2.0 by going to pushbeavercounty.org. The Beaver County Radio live broadcast from Garage Tours 2.0 is being presented by Falcone's Moon Township Ford and is brought to you by Push Beaver County and Beaver County Radio. The Pitt Panthers are looking to improve off of last year's 7-6 record, and you can hear all of the action right here on Beaver County Radio. University of Pittsburgh football on Beaver County Radio is brought to you by the East Rochester and Tusca Shop and Saves, the True Value Hardware inside East Rochester Shop and Save, Dr. C. Timothy Lipp, Beaver Falls Athletic Department, the Fry Transportation Group, and Beaver County Radio.
Tune in every Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. for another insightful edition of Living Well, a special segment on Beaver County Radio designed to help you enjoy the best, most fulfilling, and healthiest life possible. Hosted by Dr. Joseph Maroon and Jeff Boast, and presented by St. Barnabas. Living Well, Saturday mornings at 8:30, right here on Beaver County Radio, WBVP Beaver Falls, WMBA Ambridge, along with 99.3 FM and 95.7 FM.
What's everyone in Beaver County talking about? It's Beaver County Radio, brought to you exclusively by Fry Transportation. Beaver County Radio and Fry Transportation, a winning team in Beaver County. What does J. Young Refuse and Industry and the Beaver County Humane Society have in common? They are both an integral and important part of Beaver County. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceed safety and service throughout the day, while their customer service representatives take professionalism to the next level. Everyone at J. Young Refuse has a heart for animals, and they take pride in supporting Beaver County Radio's Pick of the Litter, as the Beaver County Humane Society supports people and pets in our community. Tune in to Beaver County Radio after the Friday night football game for the Falcone's Moon Township Ford Wrap-Up Show. Beaver County Radio's Mike Azadian and Ryan Garazunas will have the scores, standings, and any news from the games. They will also take your phone calls so you can talk about your favorite team. The Falcone's Moon Township Ford Wrap-Up Show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Carver Construction, Falcones Moon Township Ford, and Beaver County Radio 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and beavercountyradio.com.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning. On this Monday, October the 6th of 2025, we will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday announced on Friday that a former Lawrence County police officer has been charged with assault, official oppression, and related offenses regarding a June incident at a sheet store. Robert Magnifico, then a sergeant with the Elwood City Police Department, pushed a 19-year-old man, denied the man of his rights, then filed a report about the incident that was not an accurate version of what took place. Magnifico's actions during this incident at the sheet store in Elwood City include coming from behind a counter, shoving the man to the ground, and verbally berating him. Magnifico is currently the Riverside varsity football coach, and a preliminary hearing for Magnifico is scheduled for November 18th, 2025. According to a recent post on the website for Rite Aid, the company will be closing all of its stores. In May of 2025, Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy, which was the second time that the company filed for bankruptcy in 2 years, with the first being in October of 2023. The Rite Aid website is still available, but it only has a service to former customers of Rite Aid to find another pharmacy and a link to request records for pharmacies. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held on Thursday night for a new daycare center to open in McKees Rocks. The daycare center is called Puzzle Palace Academy, located on the 700 block of Chartiers Avenue, and it helps children on the autism spectrum specifically. According to organizers, Puzzle Palace Academy provides an inclusive environment for children's needs with sensory spaces, areas for children to learn with teachers, and to meet with therapists. Enrollment applications are also currently being accepted by Puzzle Palace Academy. 26-year-old Rayon Williams of McKeesport died on Saturday after a shooting that occurred at the Bonez Barber Shop in the south side of Pittsburgh that afternoon. 25-year-old Mariah Carter of Baldwin was the suspect who was involved in this shooting, and she is now in custody. According to police, Carter went into the barber shop and is accused of hiding her weapon under a cape while she was getting her hair done. Investigators confirmed that video on surveillance shows Williams and Carter talking before Carter hit Williams at least twice after Carter opened fire. Carter is now being held in the Allegheny County Jail with homicide charges after she turned herself in. The Bonez Barber Shop will reopen today. And North America's largest trade deal is under review, and critics say it's hurting the Pennsylvania economy and needs to be rewritten. Danielle Smith has the details.
The U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, which replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement in 2020, covers more than 500 million people and about 30% of the global GDP. Author Stimulus with the Trade Justice Education Fund says the pact and its predecessor agreement have cost thousands of Pennsylvania jobs and roughly 1 million jobs across the nation, mostly sending them to Mexico. Stimulus says his group wants the deal rewritten to protect American jobs and boost wages.
We're asking trade negotiators to prioritize stronger labor and environmental enforcement mechanisms, wage increases for manufacturing workers, and safeguards to ensure that a greater percentage of the goods traded under the deal are actually made in North America rather than in regions around the world with much weaker standards.
Pennsylvanians can submit public comments on the trade deal through November 3rd. Danielle Smith reporting.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Mostly sunny today. We'll see highs near 83. A chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. We'll drop down to a low around 60. Tomorrow, expect showers and thunderstorms off and on throughout the day and evening. Look for highs of 70 and lows of 50. And a chance of showers to start the day on Wednesday. Otherwise, we'll see mostly sunny skies with highs in the mid-60s and lows in the upper 30s. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Monday, October the 6th of 2025 at 34 minutes after 11, we've got a temperature of 76 degrees currently in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and 1460 AM WMBA, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
You're driving in the fast lane.
Jeez. Oh, they're at it today. The Monday morning, I call it the Great Gazoo hiding underneath the counter over there. So things just shut themselves off with no thing. So we are visiting in hour number 2 today with Sheriff Tony Guy, along with Kate Elkins. She's a warrants analyst for Beaver County. And talking about Safe Surrender Day, which will be tomorrow. If you do have any questions, you're welcome to call at 724-774-1888 and 843-1888. We did have one person on there, but they decided they didn't want to be there anymore, I guess. So you're welcome to call back if you'd like to. But take us through a little bit and recap like tomorrow and exactly what's going to be happening tomorrow.
Yeah, so people with warrants can come turn themselves in to the Rochester bus station tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll walk right in. We'll have them fill out a little form. We'll put them in front of whoever they need to see, whether that's a magistrate, a common pleas judge, probation, domestic relations, so that we can get their warrants taken care of and get them back on track. Whether that means that they need to make a small payment or what. And then they can walk right back out. And we'll have public defenders there. We'll have our behavioral health resources there as well, so people can access those resources they may not know they have.
Okay. Jump out to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on Beaver County Radio.
Happy Monday, guys. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Charlie?
Well, I got a question for the good sheriff there.
Yes,
First
sir.
a comment and then a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Been to the sheriff's office, not for any bad reasons, to renew my concealed carry permit. Want to compliment you guys. It's one of the most efficient run offices I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. We take pride in that, and our staff, the ladies that we got working in our clerical staff that run that stuff, they do a great job, and I'm grateful to have them there to do that work, and I get plenty of compliments on them.
Right. And one time I was over there, and it was a guy over there misbehaving because you wouldn't give him a permit, and that was handled very diplomatically too. But my question is, you mentioned going online to renew the concealed carry permits.
Yes.
I've had a concealed carry permit for 40-plus years, and I don't mind, going over and renewing the thing, like I said, it's always been very efficient. Sometimes it backs up just because of the amount of people that's there. But in the old days, they used to mail out a card a certain period before your permit would expire to remind you that your permit was expiring. And I know with postage and everything and paperwork being the cost, I know that wouldn't be cost effective. Is there any ways, if you're going to go to this new system, that you could send an email, say 30 to 60 days before the permit expires, and remind the people? Because the easiest thing to do is to walk around with that thing in your wallet and forget to look at it.
Yeah, a lot of people do forget to look at that, and a couple of things. Number one, we are still sending those out. We're required to do that, and we send that out 60 days before you're about to expire. So you will get one of those. I also want to say that going to this online registration doesn't mean you can't continue to do it the way you've been doing it. You can always come into the office, fill out the application, go through that process. What I always tell people, though, is we are dependent upon the Pennsylvania State Police PICS check, their PICS unit, to do the background check. So typically, if you get there in the morning, you're out of there within 10, 15 minutes. It's really quick. They get it done quick. If you wait till the afternoon, sometimes the PICS unit gets bogged down, and we've had to take applications and send people home, have them come back in the next day or a couple of days later. So if you're going to come in by yourself, come in early, come in the morning. We open that around 8:30. Yeah, so we'll continue to do it that way, and we still send those notices out. As a matter of fact, I still get a concealed carry permit even though I'm the sheriff, and I've got my renewal form sitting on my desk right now, so I got to get that taken care of. But we do send those out, and thanks for being a customer.
Well, customer, yeah. David, I kind of used a hybrid method the last time. I downloaded the forms and
yeah.
printed them out at home and filled them all out. You know, you have to have your references. That's the biggest holdup is when people show up and they don't have the names and addresses of references.
You're absolutely right. And we are no longer requiring references. There was a court case about that a while back, so there's no need to put references on there. You're free to do that if you want to. But if you don't put anything on there, we can't deny you for that. We've had that ability to download the form and fill it out. The difference now that when we're going to this online application is you can actually type in the information into the form. So you don't have to print it out and then fill it out with a pen. You can type it in and hit a submit button. You got to make payment online, but you hit that submit button and we get it automatically. We'll run through that, and you get notified by phone, by text, and by email.
The last couple times, you know, I know it's a 5-year cycle.
Yeah.
The last couple of times, I didn't get the mail notification. I just, you know, I was alert of, you know, when my permit expired. So maybe there's a glitch somewhere that I'm not getting it. But yeah, I'm glad that you told me that is still being sent out.
It is, and thanks for that information. A lot of times when we have, you can plead the fifth on this, but people are required to send us a change of address. And if we don't have a current address, people aren't going to get it. So
he's been living in that house since before time.
probably built it.
I've lived in this house for 51 years, and I'm not going anywhere now.
Yeah, I don't know what the glitch was there, man, but we do send those out 60 days out. Yeah.
Should I call and give them my information to make sure it gets mailed out the next time?
You absolutely can do that, 100%.
Why don't you get them to text it to your flip phone?
Hey, Frank, now that you don't need references, maybe you can get a carry permit.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Stay safe, guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Jeez, rough crowd, huh? That's because he knows his Tigers are going to lose to New Brighton on Friday night. It's Jug Week.
Oh, is it Jug Week?
Yeah, it's Jug
I
Week.
didn't realize that, man.
Yeah.
That's a big game.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of rivalries in the courthouse between New Brighton and Beaver Falls.
Well, you got Rat there, so
yeah,
he's
that's
a
right.
former quarterback for New
Yeah, and
Brighton.
our president judge is from Beaver Falls, so yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's going to be a rough one. So
Yeah.
I live on Oak Hill, so it's going to be that's one of them Friday nights where you just kind of, you know, do the old Pittsburgh chair so you save your parking spot, because if you don't, it's gone.
Yeah, the web folding chairs. Is that it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to, or else it's gone, man. So, all right, we were talking with Tony, Sheriff Tony Guy, along with Kate Elkins from the Beaver County Sheriff's Department, talking about Safe Surrender Day tomorrow. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with more right after this.
Even though trick-or-treat season is upon us, it's not too early to start thinking about gifts under the tree. It's me again, Cindy Haladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union. After you come down from that sugar high of eating all that Halloween candy, take a look at your holiday shopping budget. If it's as thin as some of those skeletons adorning the yards around here, you better get that pelvis of yours in here and see me. Holiday shopping loans can do the trick for this year, and setting up a Christmas Club savings account now will be a real treat at this time next year. Get it? Trick or treat? Anyhow, make sure that you can be a great Santa Claus without ever having to put on a costume by visiting Friendly Federal Credit Union now to apply for those funds to provide a great holiday based on credit approval. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland opens its 2025-2026 season with the award-winning comedy classic Guys and Dolls, October 3rd through the 12th, sponsored by Clearview Federal Credit Union. For tickets, visit lincolnparkarts.org.
Local programming controlled by local people. It's the Beaver, 95.7 FM and 1460 AM WMBA. Coming to you live from the St. Barnabas Control Studio in Brighton Township.
Hot coffee in the morning and Frank Sparks. Now you're in the fast lane. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and streaming live on BeaverCountyRadio.com.
We're back here on Beaver County Radio. It's driving in the fast lane. It's 11:45 a.m. and we are currently sitting at, let me see our temperature, 77 degrees already. Wow, it's warming up. Actually, 78. We're supposed to have a high of 84 today. Take advantage of it because come those rain showers come in tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're not even going to see 70 degrees. So fall weather has arrived in Beaver County come later this week. We are visiting this morning with Beaver County Sheriff Tony Guy, along with Kate Elkins from the Sheriff's Department, and she's the Warrants Analyst. And we're talking about Safe Surrender Day tomorrow. So we had talked about, we'll recap one more time, where where everything's going to happen and everything. But one of the key things you want to make sure you hit was if somebody isn't able to get there tomorrow and they have a warrant, there's still hope for them.
And there is still hope for them. And again, I mentioned it in the first part of this. The worst case scenario is we come across you on the street, either on a traffic stop or get stopped by the local police. And at that point, we're kind of limited in what we can do. We're going to probably have to take you forthwith. But this Safe Surrender Day gets you kind of a reprieve on that. And I'm here to tell you, if you can't make it tomorrow to Rochester at the bus station between 10 and 6, that number that I gave earlier, you can call that anytime. You can talk to the analyst or talk to one of my deputies down there who works with the warrants, and they'll work out something with you to make sure we get this thing cleared up. So let me give that number again. It's 724-378-9063, and the email address is warrants, WARRANTS, at beavercountypa.gov. We'd like to get to the point where we're doing this a couple of times a year, but we need a certain level of success to make it worthwhile.
Right.
There's a lot of resources go into this. But if you're unable to make it tomorrow, make sure you call that number. And that number can also be used as a tip line. If you got a friend or a neighbor or a relative even who has a warrant and you want to see them get...
As long as you know where they're at.
Yeah, we need that information.
Right.
We're looking to pick them up or, tell them to turn themselves in. But you can also call us and give us some updated information on where they are and how we can find them.
And you remain completely anonymous with that. We don't ever use people's names. We don't ever tell people where we got our information from.
Gotcha. All right. Kind of just recap what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so 10 to 6 tomorrow at the Rochester bus station. If you have any sort of warrant, criminal, traffic, non-traffic, we are there to get you taken care of. Reestablishing bail, payment plans, probation violations, anything like that. We have all the resources available. We'll have public defenders there for you to talk to afterwards if your case is in the beginning stages. And we'll have behavioral health resources there as well. If that's something that you need.
That's important.
Absolutely.
And again, this is a win-win for us. It helps us clear up these warrants, but it allows these people to get back on track. Last time we did this, everybody went home, and that's what we want to do. And that's going to be the case here unless you get some really, really serious violations. And then you can still call us and we'll work with you to get things cleared up.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a lot easier if they come to you than you got to go find them because then you're not using the resources.
Yes.
And a judge might take a little easier on you because you came to them instead of
100%.
Yeah. And we know, people have families and we know that people have kids and that always, that creates a problem for the kids and we never want to do that in front of them. It's terrible for us. We have to call CYS or you have to call a family member to come watch them. And we know people have, everybody has circumstances. So, we want to work with people.
Kind of gives them an opportunity to do it on their terms more.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that say, I didn't know I had a warrant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some of them know it. I was going to say, I know that a lot are saying it.
Yeah. And people who have moved around a lot,
right.
If your address on your driver's license isn't necessarily where you are or where you get mail, you might not have got that summons in the mail and you didn't know you had court. And we get it. That happens. People move. It is up to the individual to update their addresses with the courts.
Right.
But, mistakes happen and life happens.
You hear that, Charlie? Not everybody lives in their house for 51 years. I can't say that because I've been in mine for like 32. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm about there, 35. Yeah.
So I don't know. I got to ask you. You're a Penn State guy, right? I've seen you went to some games.
I didn't. I went to Penn State Beaver when I got out of
Okay.
high school.
Me too.
Did you? You probably did well. I didn't.
That's why he was a trooper. No, I'm just kidding.
That's good. That's good, Frank. Yeah, man. That was my opportunity. But I cheer for Penn State. I cheer for Pitt.
So
too,
what
of
did you
course.
think about that debacle over the weekend?
I listened to the post-game interview of head coach, and he took responsibility for it, man. I mean, there's, you know, the knock on him is he can't win the big ones, and he's getting to the point where he can't win the not so big ones. You know, so what do you think?
I'm Michigan all the way. So,
okay.
So I can't say a whole lot because my team's not the. I mean, they're rebuilding, but you know.
Yeah, this could have been a great year for Penn State. And,
It was supposed to be.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
they lost 2 in a row. So.
Yeah, that wasn't a UCLA team that replaced their whole coaching staff midweek this week.
Yeah.
So on top of that all,
Well, maybe it was motivating for him. I don't know. I don't know that there's an excuse. I don't like excuses, but man, it's a shame to see them fall so far so quickly this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me, it's not.
I know. I get it. What makes you a Michigan guy?
I just years and years ago as a kid, even in high school and everything, I always liked Michigan. And then Ty Law went there. And,
yeah,
so
for sure.
you know,
man.
and then from there it just was, you know, just always been. They get on me all the time about Michigan.
It's all right, man.
You know,
That's cool.
what's your Penn State your team, or you got a team you like?
I don't watch
You don't
football.
want to watch football. I don't watch pro football, so I'm kind of halfway there with you.
Yeah.
So all right. Real quick, what's that number again? Throw out there.
Yeah, the number is 724-378-9063. Use that for anybody that has a warrant. Call and find out your status or think you might have a warrant. It's a good way to find out. Or if you know somebody that does have a warrant or you think might be out there running around, call that number. We'll let you know the status and we'll get some updated information from you on where that person might be. And again, this Safe Surrender Day is an opportunity to kind of come out and see us with the expectation that you're going to go home that day once you get back on track. The problem becomes when we encounter somebody on the street and they've got a warrant, we're limited in what we can do. They're probably going to get handcuffed and potentially taken to jail and arraigned through that process rather than coming to the bus station tomorrow, seeing a judge and walking away.
Sounds like it's a no-brainer what to do tomorrow.
Should be.
Or make some
Hopefully.
type of call if you can't get there if
Yeah.
you're
That's
working or
right.
something.
That's right. Call that
Yeah.
number anytime about warrants. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Frank, thank you, man.
All right. Sounds like you got to come in and talk about concealed carries again. Sounds
We can
like
do
so many
that.
people want
We can do
some
that.
questions about
We've
that.
got other issues on the table too that your listeners might be interested in. So
Okay.
So we can work on those kind of things.
All
yeah.
right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you, man.
Well, thanks for
Appreciate it.
coming in and hanging out with us for an hour and making it so people don't have to listen to me crank about Penn State for a half hour.
Hey, and thanks for having us because I know this
Absolutely.
was kind of late notice getting us on. I thought Tamara's session before us went really great.
Yeah.
God bless Trails and what they're doing. She's doing a great job with them. And Karen was actually a real good friend of my wife's family, the lady who used to
Right,
run that
Karen
a while.
Florence, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Karen, great lady. And,
Absolutely.
It's good to see Tamara.
She's a New Brighton girl, too, just so you know.
Yeah,
just
I
wanted
know,
to throw that
I
out
know.
there.
It's good to see Tamara picking up the mantle because that's an organization that can do some really great things.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
you.
All right.
Thanks,
Coming
Frank.
up, let's see. We got a couple minutes. We'll talk after this.
In the